Hi, I'm Jack Murray, and today I'll be talking to the class about the most superior breakfast of all time. And no, it is not pancakes, it's something way better. It's waffles! The main objective of my speech is to convince you all that waffles are better than pancakes. I chose to talk about the superiority of waffles over pancakes because they are two of the most famous breakfasts, and there has always been an argument that pancakes are better than waffles, and I'm here to explain why that is not true. I've been eating pancakes and waffles for about 15 years. Have done some research to make sure that I persuade you that waffles are better than pancakes. Today I'll be going through the many different points on why waffles are better than pancakes. I will be using the research that I've gotten about waffles from reading about waffles and pancakes. First, I'll give my reasoning for why waffles are needed more in the food industry than pancakes and why I think waffles are better. Then, I'll be using the research I did before on waffles and pancakes to help me better explain why pancakes are nowhere close to as good as waffles. Finally, I'll be going through the counterpoints and summarizing the main points of the speech so by the end of you'll understand which breakfast is better. Waffles. Waffles are necessary in the culinary world, especially when it comes to the different types of meals made with waffles. With pancakes, if you don't have syrup, it's just it's just tastes bland. Pancakes are also only made in one dish, and that's pancakes. With waffles, you can even go to the store and buy them in the freezer, frozen, and it still tastes better than a pancake without syrup. My problem with pancakes are they're so boring. If I were someone who's never seen a pancake and never seen a waffle, I would choose to eat the waffle just based on the looks of the waffle and the crevices. Like I said previously, waffles can be used for many different dishes and can be an entree on diner menus. With dishes like chicken and waffles, a dish that adds sweet and salty for a perfect bite every time, it's hard for a dish like pancakes to even compete. In my research, I use many different strategies that I learned from the readings on our textbook. I really hope these strategies will help you all better understand why I think what I think. When taking the first bite of a waffle, you really feel the warm and cozy and the soft and chewy inside and the crunchy outside of a waffle that just makes a perfect combo for your taste buds to go wild. And once you add some butter and some syrup, it's just a party in your mouth that gets more and more full. Anyone who has a waffle can agree with me that the first bite is just amazing, even the pancake lovers. The first bite of waffle can just sway the rest of your day. It can just sway it. If you have a cold waffle with no flavor, no texture, your day is not going to be the same as if you had something like a warm and perfect just made waffle that makes you water from the mouth from just looking at it. The square waffle texture allows you for optimal topping storage. Want your butter and maple syrup to stay put? Just simply drizzle it on the waffle squares and they'll remain placed until you decide to eat it. Want to make a PB&J with some waffles instead of bread? The glorious breakfast treats will hold your fillings right where they belong. Even though waffles aren't made into many shapes, they are very hard to mess up, unlike a pancake. If there's no butter on your pan, your pancake is going to completely stick. But with waffles, if you forget the butter, it has a chance at getting stuck, but it's less likely because most waffle machines are made to make it easier to take out a waffle. While pancakes while pancakes are finicky enough to scare away cooks, you really can't screw up a plain waffle too badly. There's a reason why frozen Eggo waffles are an American classic, which is perfectly said by Britton Parker from Pop Sugar. You don't need to slather syrup on your waffles. You can have savory toppings if you want. It's great that you can enjoy a waffle before or after breakfast, but pancakes are always sweet. I don't I don't mean only on toppings. You can also add some savory mix-ins to the batter itself. You can add something like cheese, peppers, and chives, and you can even add things like pepperoni to the batter to add some little extra flavor to it. And yes, I'm saying that right. You can make a cheese waffle. A cheese waffle. If that's not the best thing, I don't know what is. And thanks to Carmela Pop for the great idea that I might even have to try. Waffles are very fun to eat, and thanks to their texture, they are crispy and slightly charred on the outside, but quite fluffy and creamy on the inside. When paired with toppings, all the tiny squares help the waffle remain crunchy and keep everything from soaking through, which was perfectly said by Jamie from Lacomida or Lacademy. Unlike pancakes, which are just completely the opposite and just plain and boring. My experience with waffles has never changed. Every time I take a bite, it feels like I'm on top of the world. There's no mood that will change how great a waffle can taste. Some people who are bigger fans of pancakes than waffles don't like how the syrup gets stuck in the crevices of the waffles and also like how the pancakes are softer than waffles. When pancake people say they don't like waffles because they aren't as soft as pancakes, that just makes no sense. Most waffle batter is used to make pancakes, and the only reason a pancake is least or more harder than or a waffle is more harder than a pancake is because they weren't cooked right. Also, another counterpoint is waffles need to be made with a waffle maker, while pancakes can be made with a pan. Pancakes can also be made into shapes a lot easier, like the Mickey Mouse ears, while waffles are just round. I think the whole fun of making waffles is using the waffle maker when flipping the maker and you get each side of the waffle perfectly so it doesn't stick. Unlike pancakes, where if you don't put enough butter on the pan, your pancake will completely stick. And yes, I can get if you want a Mickey Mouse pancake if you're the underage of like 12. But come on, a nice Belgian waffle with the syrup getting caught on the crevices is just too much to ask for. When eating a waffle, all of your worries disappear. The only thing you can think about is the fluffy waffle that is exciting your taste buds. The only worry that comes to mind is that last bite. That last bite. Now that I've shown you all the reasons and even counterpoints to why waffles are better than pancakes, I hope I was able to persuade you guys that waffles will always be better. I love waffles and always will because they will never change. The simple yet delicious recipe of a waffle is a classic and will always be in the culinary history. Waffles are my favorite breakfast of all time, and that's why I chose to talk about them. Because anytime I am given a waffle, all my stress goes away, and I just focus on enjoying the waffle. And that's why I love waffles. I hope everyone had a great time listening to me talk about waffles, and I hope you learned why I think waffles are the best breakfast. Thank you. Have a nice night.